Hello and welcome to One North Maine BCA's magazine show, where we highlight the people, places, and events that make this city, our city, great. Today we have a special edition, the 2015 South Shore Parent Leadership Conference, along with the award ceremony conducted by Community Connections of Brockton. Sit back and relax and see what your community, the City of Champions, has to offer.
This is important for us to stop and take some time and to really offer our appreciations for all of the good works and all the good people that are in this audience, and not only for the people who deserve the thanks, but everyone needs to kind of be inspired that this is what it's about. If we don't have people volunteering and rolling up their sleeves to care about our community, what chance do our kids have of growing up in a safe world, in a world where there's opportunity, in a world where there's hope? So we're excited to have you this evening.
So many people do so many things in their community, unrecognized, unthanked, and still they carry on, And in my tradition, in my faith tradition and my spiritual practices, it's always wonderful to take the time to say thank you. Say thank you for a job well done. And I have to tell you that some of the people, when we offered the award and said, we want to recognize you because your peers in the community actually nominated you for this award, they said, no, this is what we're supposed to do as human beings. Also acknowledging the greatness of this wonderful city of Brockton and this wonderful institution of Stonehill College, and just being able to inspire each other to continue the good work, to continue the good fight, to keep walking with conviction, with inspiration, and deliverance.
By Edwin Guillotot, and I hope I've done justice to that beautiful French name, but if Edwin would come up here, we really would welcome him to the stage and to really perform. And this is difficult, so I'm just excited that he's willing to do this.
It's a great opportunity for me to be standing behind this pulpit. And my book came out last year, November, and then this is the first time I'm reading my text in public. I'm very happy about it. I wanted to say thank you, first of all, to the Stonehill community, the community leaders, and Brockton Connection, the Clemente classes of 2013 and the class of 2014 as well, because I mentioned Clemente in my book because I couldn't make it without them. Clemente was an inspiration to me, and then I put together some texts that have been written in 2004, 5, 6. I was doing it for fun. When days after days, people are telling me, why don't you publish, why don't you publish? And then in my basement, I'm sitting by myself, writing my stuff, and then nobody bothers. But once I start calling the publisher, people are calling you like 4 or 5 times a day. I'm losing my privacy. And I didn't know I was very peaceful with my paper. But now, once he got to go out there, it becomes kind of a burden at the beginning. But right now, it's a rewarding, and I'm very happy about it. Our freedom is something special to me. Our freedom is something in this country, is something I cherish, and I understand a bit what's going on out there with our soldiers. One of my texts came out last year in the Brockton Parent magazine, and I was very honored that they published that. And I will tell you publicly, I've been sending email back and forth to the magazine. I don't know anybody in the committee. I never met with them. They keep sending me email and say, Edwin, okay, we're going to publish this one for you. And I keep saying thank you. And I have a lot of texts in the past magazine. I don't know anyone in the media. I've never met with them. And I've learned tonight one or two of them are here. Guys, Brooktown Parents Magazine, I bow before you. Thank you so much. My first one will be about our soldiers. And last year, I believe, or the previous year, Brooktown Parents Magazine published it during the Veterans period of time, Veterans Day. And it went out, and Amy was on the street doing the distribution of the magazine. And I found it at CVS. I'm looking at my name. I said, wow, my name is on the book. Let me read that one for you. Don't fold the flag. Oh, I got to put my glasses. Forget about that. Writing creates some problems, right? Don't fold the flag. No more casket on my site. I cannot take it anymore. Let us do what is right. Display our tricolor. Stop the cries at the cemetery. I'm running out of tears. Hold on to the infantry. Grant us some years. Postpone death. Celebrate life. Don't fold the flag. I salute the courage of those who are fighting for a better tomorrow with no hostile intent. My last text is this one. It's at page 17. Sometimes you feel like you want to talk about what's going on in the news. You want to say to people, you know, this is right, this is wrong. I don't agree with this, I disagree with that. But there's a peaceful way for me to do it. When I take a piece of paper, the paper doesn't complain. The paper doesn't say anything. So I can take my pencil, I can erase, start over and over, and there's nothing wrong with that. And the page never say a word. So I am very confident to write and keep on writing. Right now, I'm preparing my second book. I'm working on it. I have about 100 poems in French, and I want to publish them in Paris and Canada as well. And then I don't have a name for it yet, but I'm working on it. Some people are asking me to translate this one with 63 texts in French, but I'm still working on it. That's my first one, not my last one. I just started. On strike. I am on strike today, sick of being in pain. I was on strike yesterday. Don't ask me to explain. News out there is brutal. Your TV is your enemy. Chaos in the world is total. Violence rise up, creating a carnage. Government persistence, a chain of deterioration. Our freedom is guidance, a sign of affliction. I'll be on strike tomorrow. The environment is infected. I can feel the sorrow. My soul is literate. I am on strike as long as it takes, praying for a new beginning. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much.
And now we will continue with our program with the award ceremony. Cláudia Cunha, Amy and Christopher Winston, Alexandria Avedesian, South Shore Haitians United for Progress, Felicita Sepúlveda, Paul Kedzie Bale, Excellency in Public Works, Representative Claire Cronin, John Snellgrove, Linda Milne, Reverend Rodnick Cherry, Reverend Dr. Mark Oliver, Chris Draves, Lenita Peterson. I would like to call Jacob Tagger.
Things that I do know tell me some really, really important things about Leo. So I can't go on about them because he hates this kind of recognition. He was reluctant, to say the least, about receiving it. Reticent might be another good word. But I do want to say he is unique in a community. Working for a financial institution, Leo is not exactly what most of us picture in a banker, right? And even Leo is quick to say, not a banker. But the director of community relations means that he's been out there connecting and partnering and supporting and doing all sorts of great things. I used to talk about a colleague of mine having the utmost in ethics, and I used to joke about their picture being in the dictionary. When you looked in the dictionary, you'd find this person's picture. Well, for Leo, I think the word humble, is that kind of a situation where his picture, if you go to look in the dictionary under humble, Leo McNeil's picture is there because he really is humble in what he does. Here's what I'm going to ask you all to do. Could you stand up, please? All right. Now, you're going to have to repeat or actually sing after me, okay? He's a humble man. Say that. He's a humble man. Tries to understand. With a thoughtful plan, takes a quiet stand. So that with a thoughtful plan, takes a quiet stand. He's a humble man. He's a humble man. He's a humble man. He's a humble man. Lends a helping hand. Lends a helping hand. To a troubled land. To a troubled land. Any way he can. Any way he can. He's a humble man. He's a humble man. Come on up here, Leo.
As many of you know, I retired about 6 months ago, so tonight was my first attempt at putting on a necktie again. And I was amazed that I succeeded, so I haven't forgotten that habit. So I want to thank Dennis for those kind introductory words. I want to thank Juliana and Community Connection for all they do for us and for our neighbors. And I want to thank you for continued support and your presence tonight. I open by congratulating all of the other award winners. Their awards are very well deserved. And on that note, as Dennis touched upon, I'm reminded that this week the popular comedian Will Ferrell was given a sidewalk star in Hollywood. At the ceremony, he said he couldn't accept it. Of course, he was joking, typical Will Ferrell fashion. I feel the same way. Well, I'm very grateful. I expect and hope that this will be the last time I am presented with an award for which I really believe I am not deserving. For over 20 years, 2 decades, I was privileged to work in the city and surrounding towns on behalf of those less fortunate, in essence, preserving and building communities. Finally, while this is a lifetime achievement, I'm reminded to get a lifetime achievement, you have to live a long time. So I guess that's an encouraging thought. While it's a lifetime achievement, I want to assure you that the work goes on and my life is far from over and that I hope to make many more contributions to our world. I'm extraordinarily blessed. Thank you so much for this.
feel the energy, the excitement. It's palpable. We are about to head inside into the auditorium where there'll be a healthy discussion around community organizing and civic engagement. We have a panel of several women that are going to be talking about empowerment and what you can do to better your community. Let's head on inside.
And I will start by asking John Figueroa to join me here to speak a little bit about one of the efforts that we are working in the city of Brockton regarding some work that the Community Health Network area has been doing in Brockton, has been funding us to do.
I'm working in a group project and we're working with the Shiner Quality of Life. The Shiner Quality of Life program, focuses on quality of life metrics and standards of living data coming from the city. And it's really important data, and we really appreciate if you guys can come and see us at the table, maybe later when you get some time. We can really use the data, and it really helps the city, and it's really good to express your opinions in the city. I think it's a really opportunistic moment to do that. So thank you very much.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Lynn Smith. You know, when the English came to these lands for the very first time, they built their homes in circles to protect them from danger. But in the center of that circle, there was always a green space. And there were always a few little fresh vegetables being grown. And there was always a place to gossip. And there was always a place to meet your neighbor. So what I know about my life's work is when we create those green spaces and when we get people out of their houses to meet their neighbor and know their neighbor and have fun with their neighbor, it leads to great things.
In my mid-20s, I was done with college and I was pretty much very, very lost. What I know for sure is that every life matters. What I know for sure is that there's happiness and there's success. What I know for sure is that you are born with a purpose. You are born for a reason. It does not matter what your past is like and where you came out of. But you are born because you came here to solve something. I didn't know I came here to inspire women to be healed and to turn their wounds into medicine. I didn't know I had that power in me to find my own healing and also help others heal their lives as well.
You can't do it by yourself, and it's okay to ask for help, but also it's about empowerment. You want to empower your community to be able to make the decisions that they need to make for their community.
I'm Black. I'm a single mom. I live in the community I organize in, right? And I'm impacted by these issues every day as I organize around them. We have the power to change what they say about our communities. We possess that power. How do we do that? We create leaders, we create capacity, and we create sustainability.
I am his daughter, and I am the sister, and I am the mother, but I am an instrument of peace, love, and mercy that helps and empower others to come on mission and discover your faith, and discover and hear the whispers of God as you are transformed in helping others, in accompanying others to discover their purpose.
There is a group of ordinary, everyday people going through a very difficult and challenging time in which their lives are threatened and they are not sure of what they should do.
One thing I know for sure is that we who believe in freedom cannot rest. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes. We who believe in freedom cannot rest. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes. But I also have sung this song and this particular verse, particularly in mixed audiences where they are white, and they find offense with this verse. So I want you to know that that song is a song by Bernice Johnson Raven, sung by Sweet Honey in the Rock. And it is a song called Ella's Song. It's a song about Ella Baker, and it was a dedication to her because of her social justice mission, because she was active in a time when black men were being lynched every day. The verse is, until the killing of black men, black mothers' sons, is as important as the killing of white men, white mothers' sons. We who believe in freedom cannot rest. People find offense to that verse when black men, black women, people of color are disproportionately being killed by police violence, being killed by brutality in the street and injustice. The fact that we even have to question the validity of that verse says that one thing I know for sure is that if we don't get this issue about racism, institutionalized racism, cultural racism, personal individual acts of racism, if we don't get that right, we are all doomed.
Lisa, where are we?
We are at South Middle School.
And what's happening at South Middle School?
We are at the Brockton Leadership Conference, South Shore Leadership Conference, yep.
And as a Service Corps member and living in the community house, what are you doing here?
So one of our housemates, Annie Rosa, works for Community Connections of Brockton in the Family Center. And so all of us decided to come here today to help support her and volunteer at the South Shore Leadership Conference in any way that we could lend a hand. So I'm sitting at the registration table for the day.
And anytime a Service Corps member has an event, that's the norm. You all show up and you all support each other.
Yeah, absolutely. So a couple weeks ago, Sean was doing a bowling event with everyone at the Y, so we all went and we handed out pizza and we lended our smiling faces, and we really try to support each other in any sort of event that's going on in our lives, yeah.
So tell me about your booth. What is this?
So Love Life Now, out of Brockton originally, puts on events throughout the year that gets people out talking about domestic violence issues. So we try to have them once every quarter. The idea is that domestic violence awareness isn't just 1 month, which is the October awareness. We try to have it year-round. And so what we do is we try to spotlight shelters in and around the community that are doing the work daily to aid victims and survivors of this issue. And so every event that we have, a shelter is spotlighted. And this year, our next event coming up, which is the Heal-a-thon, a 3K Heal-a-thon that gets people out wearing their comfiest pair of heels and walking a short distance in support of awareness. Now, heels are not mandatory.
I was going to say, it's funny you say that because, normally heels aren't like the comfortable wear, so I didn't know they made comfortable heels.
Listen, they sure do, but to walk in them, another story. Some people, they put on their heels and some do not. But we come out and we walk a short distance in support of awareness. And what happens is that we start out this year we're leaving actually from the Westgate Mall over in front of Hamid's Academy. So it's a huge lot where, we're going to have resource tables and Zumba demonstrations afterwards, martial arts demo, music, food. And
that's fantastic.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be a great morning. And so the idea is that people come out, support the cause, and just be more aware and disband the myths that people understand about domestic violence.
10 tips for public speaking from Toastmasters. Know your material. Pick a topic that you're interested in, okay? Know more about it than you include in your speech. You're gonna know more than what you're talking about. Use humor, personal stories, and conversational language. That way you won't easily forget what to say. So if you know your material, you're comfortable with it. Because again, people are afraid to get up. So you don't want to get up and fumble and bumble. But I'm going to tell you that if you do, just keep going. Fake it till you make it. That's what I tell them all. Just keep going. Don't tell me that it's not working. I'll figure that out. But if you recover, I have 15% of my grade for my class is effort. Okay? So recover. The show must go on. I'm a TV guy, okay? We've had people host shows and say, oh, the audio's not good. Okay, the audio's, don't tell me that, we'll know it, we'll fix it, okay? Practice, practice, practice. I tell all my students, it's not like studying for the midterm the night before and you didn't do anything the rest of the class. But what you're doing is you're practicing it. Practice it in front of the mirror.
My favorite vegetable is Brussels sprouts. I am here because we don't grow vegetables in our little plots, our little city parks. We use them as green space to get people out of their houses, to meet each other, for their kids to meet each other. Because once you meet each other, you know each other, you trust each other, you love each other, and then you join forces together. This is the way I boogie. I dig, I rake, I pick up leaves, I pick up trash, and then I go home and I take 3 aspirin and I go to bed.
From the farm at Stonehill, so we're on the Stonehill College campus and we're looking to support garden efforts in Brockton. So I have a few surveys if you guys want to fill them out after, if you want to get involved in community gardening in Brockton, or if you already have talked to me. And so we're looking to get some data so then we can ask for a bigger grant to get some money to then support those garden efforts in Brockton. Because the farm donates all of our vegetables to 4 partner organizations and educates students on food desert and food access issues. Now I boogie. I like to boogie.
When you start a community garden, it takes a lot of work, and you need to have some sense of pride, some sense of self-sustaining, and you do that by smiling. That's why I ask you, in every workshop I ask you to boogie, because by moving, it brings a smile to your face and relaxes you. You have pure dirt, liquid gold. I mean, just pure dirt. You got miles of space that is truly just underutilized.
Over the years, it's been difficult to try to draw parents to different events and get them engaged in the community. They're dealing with, you know, their own world. To have a conference like this, how important is it to the city of Brockton to have a conference where parents are engaged?
Yeah, it's very important because Brockton Community Connection has been doing that for the 5 years. And we know the diversity of the city. For example, you got, Gaburian, you got people Haitian, we got Hispanic, we got Brazilian. So we got a melting pot here in Brockton right now. That is very important that these people, get together in this kind of conference and they receive information here for free.
Finally, Juliana, you were located at 18 Perkins Street, but now you have another location. Tell us about it.
Yes, so we will be at 1367. We'll be at 1367 on South Main Street. Very close to self-help fuel assistance, so it's across the street from. And we're very excited of our new location with great space. We'll be able to have lots of family activities.
Thanks to Juliana and all our great staff and volunteers for putting together another successful event.
That there's more to life than peanut butter sandwiches.
I can't see.
Oh, I see.
I can't hear you because my glasses are off.
Well, there you have it, Brockton. Another One North Main in the books. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed the 2015 South Shore Parent Leadership Conference and Community Connections of Brockton Award Ceremony. To learn more about BCA, visit our website at bcatv.org. You can also check out our YouTube page, youtube.com/The Brockton Channels, all one word. For everyone at One North Main, I'm Jay Miller. We'll see you around town.